Welcome back to TTS Daily. This is Yi right here. Our first story of the day is in Malaysia, where Wan Earn, a 15-year-old Malaysian boy, became an orphan after losing his mother at age 9 and his father this year due to a heart attack during Chinese New Year. So because of this, Wan Earn is left with his grandmother and they have to get by every day, essentially only using his grandmother's life savings. So his grandmother is able to give him 5 ringgit every day, which is about $1.50 Singapore dollars, okay, for his school meals. So Wan Earn spends half of it, ringgit $2.50, about 75 cents Singapore dollars, for his meals, and use the remainder to buy meals for his 83-year-old grandmother. They are really living on. I mean, can you buy enough food? Can you survive on school meals just spending 2.5 ringgit or 75 cents Singapore dollars, you know? So Wan Earn's grandmother, at 83 years old, she has mobility issues and they are all relying on her retirement savings, and they often have to eat instant noodles at home because of very limited resources. And because of that, Wan Earn now have to work at a char kway teow stall, earning about ringgit $20 daily, which is about Singapore dollars $6, okay? And all these earnings, he gives it back all to his grandmother. So they only have each other now, okay? They have to rely on each other, and Wan Earn is really filial, okay? He is eating so little. And look at him, he is so big, but he is eating so little and saving the rest for his grandmother. His grandmother mentioned that he rarely cries publicly, but she do know that he has been crying nightly, probably, you know. He doesn't want his grandmother to know, you know. So, thankfully, Malaysia's Human Resource Minister Stephen Sim visited them on March 9, 2025 and pledged support, okay? He donated ringgit $10,000, which is about Singapore dollars $3,000, and groceries for the family of 2. And he also promised a monthly allowance for Wan Earn to focus on his studies and vow to ensure food security for the family. And also, lastly, he also bought Wan Earn a basketball, which was Wan Earn's late father's wish, wanting to buy a toy for his son. So thank you to everyone for their outpouring support for Wan Earn and his grandmother, especially to, you know, Human Resource Minister Stephen Sim, you know, for reaching out and in kindness, you know, supporting the family, especially guaranteeing that as long as he is around, they do not have to worry about food. That is like really their basic essentials that they need to rely on. Stay safe, everyone. Be kind and take care of your neighbors. We're back in Malaysia right now, where multiple videos online depict the chaos at KSL City Mall in Johor Bahru following a ceiling collapse. Look at this. The collapse is believed to have occurred on Saturday evening, March 8, 2025. The specific floor affected and any injuries remain unconfirmed as of latest reports. However, you can see from the clips here, show the collapse impacting shop kiosks near an escalator with bent metal frames from the false ceiling hanging and scattered on the ground. Hopefully, there are no injuries or casualties in this incident. The fire station chief reported no incidents filing as of Sunday, March 9, 2025, so thankfully, and the district police chief has confirmed ongoing police investigation despite no formal reports. Anyway, stay safe during your shopping trips in JB. I also want to point out that shouldn't the shops nearby the affected area be closed down for safety, because there might be structural integrity issues right here and more of the false ceiling might collapse further. So yeah, all the shops at that floor should be cordoned off actually for safety. Anyway, once again, stay safe while shopping. We're back home in Singapore, where a woman's power bank caught fire in her handbag while commuting on the East-West line at Raffles Place MRT station around 5:25 PM on March 7, 2025. Once again, a power bank caught on fire while in a woman's handbag. White smoke filled the train car, causing panic among passengers. I would too if that happens near me. When the train doors opened, passengers including the woman fled the train. She threw her burning bag to the ground, sustaining burns on her hand and damage to her back. Once again, the main question, how did it catch fire? Photos and videos shows SMRT staff extinguishing the flame, the woman's soot-blackened top, slightly burned left hand, and the charred remains of her handbag and power bank. Besides the power bank, the bag contained an access card, data cable, and earphones, all destroyed in the fire. And this is the woman's account. She noted the power bank is 20,000 mAh, bought from Xiaomi 5 months prior, okay? I was about to tell the audience that if you want to buy power bank, buy something that is from a reputable brand. I was about to say that. And I like Xiaomi. So anyway, this is a power bank, 20,000 mAh, bought from Xiaomi 5 months prior, and there were no prior issues, no red flags or anything, okay? She is relieved it didn't happen on a plane, given her frequent flying, but still, catching fire in a handbag suddenly, it's just too scary, you know what I mean? Anyway, station staff evacuated 650 passengers, extinguished the fire with a fire extinguisher, and activated the exhaust system to clear smoke. The affected train was removed from service and sent to Changi Depot. First aid was provided to the woman, who declined ambulance, and there were no other injuries reported. Preliminary investigation suggests the fire stemmed from an electrical fault in the power bank. So our main question is, how do we know if there is an electrical fault in our power bank? Are there any red flags for us to know? There are too many sudden fires from power banks recently, you know, so how are we supposed to protect ourselves? Are there any red flags or clear signs, you know, that we should identify? If anyone knows, please tell us in the comments. Here in Singapore, we've covered several stories about hawker stalls closing due to increasing rentals, and here is another one. So 73-year-old hawker, surnamed Khung, and his wife attended a job fair at MBS Marina Bay Sands on March 9, 2025. They were both seeking jobs in the hotel industry after closing their hawker stall. So Khung shuttered Bukit Merah Central Xiang Shrimp Cake in January 2025 after over 40 years due to rising costs. So rent and expenses exceeded over 5,000 Singapore dollars a month. So it was too much for them to handle, and they have to close their over 40-year-old store. For context, the rent at their coffee shop stall in Block 165 Bukit Merah Central increased with each change of ownership, which made the business unsustainable for them. Probably every time their rent got increased, they were not able to increase the price of their Xiang shrimp cake, you know. So Khung, limited by poor English, is seeking a part-time job paying 1,500 Singapore dollars per month, leveraging his food industry experience despite reduced physical stamina. However, Khung noted that his opportunity is very low because when the interviewer asked him for his email address, Khung doesn't even have an email address. These are hawkers that have spent most of their life daily at their stalls for over 40 years. You know, they don't really have the luxury of time to really keep up with technology, let alone have an email address. This is a common issue. There are a lot of elderlies in Singapore without an email address. So now Khung and his wife are relying on their savings while their own married children have their own families. And even though Khung is well past the retirement age of 63 years old, Khung just wants extra income and to, you know, keep himself active and prevent dementia. So once again, the F&B industry is really just tough. It's really in a crunch right now, and costs are really crazy high, you know, in all aspects, not just rental, but even cost of ingredients are also crazy high. What can stores do? Either they increase the cost or they serve you a smaller portion. Really, they are at their wits' end, honestly. And for our last story of the day, we now have an update and more context regarding the Megan Kwong case and the man Wong Si Xiang who fatally punched her in the stomach. So we now know that on November 2018, Central Narcotics Bureau (CNB) raided Wong Si Xiang's residence, arresting him and his then fiancée for illegal substances-related activities. Okay, and during the period of abuse of Megan Kwong, Wong Si Xiang was actually out on bail. And after he was arrested following the report of Megan Kwong's disappearance from her father, he has provided 2 urine test samples, and the test samples have found traces of illegal substances. So could the death of Megan Kwong be potentially prevented? Yes, it is possible if Wong Si Xiang was found to be breaking the terms of his bail earlier. Should there be tougher measures for people on illegal substance offences bail so that they do not carry on to do wrong in light of the law?